Okay. Okay, so, and then somebody asked me last week, what does it mean that the people who disbelieve, الَّذِينَ هُ كَفَرُوا, from the people of the book, and the polytheists, they did not disbelieve until the Bayina came. So what that was referring to is that the Jews and the Christians had seen in their texts for a very long time that there was going to be a coming of a prophet. So they believed in that and they expected it to happen. But when the Prophet ﷺ came and Nubuwah was announced, then they denied it all because he was not what they had in mind. Okay, so here we are with وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. So what can we pick up over here? Wait, I think somebody's not muted. Let me just mute you. Just hang on. Mute all. Okay. Okay, so this ma is a negation. I'm only going to focus, of course, on what we've done. إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ. Allah is in the case of, Lafzul Jalal is in the case of. Let me ask Athar.
Yes.
What is the case of Allah, Lafzul Jalala?
It says nasab here.
It is, and why?
Subject? Object? Sorry.
Direct object, exactly. So it's the object of this verb. So وَمَا أُمِرُوا, they were not commanded other than to worship, لِيَعْبُدُوا, worship whom? Worship Allah. مُخْلِصِينَ. Hasnain, tell me about this, Avia. What is lahu?
Before, can I ask you? Sorry.
Yes, Athar, you had a question?
Li ya'budu. Li is a harf of jar?
No, that's why I didn't talk about it. That's a good question. That's why I didn't talk. Everything that I'm omitting is because we haven't done before. This li is not a harf of jar. A harf of jar can only precede a noun. A harf of jar can only precede a noun. As you can see, this li is preceding a verb, and it has a different meaning and impact. Yeah, it means like so that in order to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this li is going to be impacting the verb. It's a different kind of a li. Okay, so Hasnain, tell me about lahu. What is lahu?
Is that a harf of jar?
Yes, and so just keep in mind that this is originally a li, and then it's got a attached hu to it. When you attach something to a li, it becomes la. So we don't say lihu, we say lahu.
Mm-hmm.
And what is hu? It's an attached pronoun related to. What does it mean?
Who is? Sorry, I'm forgetting the chart.
Huda?
To him.
Yes, to him. So it's lahu.
Mm-hmm.
Lahu. So they were not commanded other than to worship God mukhlisina, so in a state of ikhlas, okay, which is sincerely lahu meaning to him, to Allah. Mukhlisina lahu din hunafa'a wa yuqimu. I'm just skipping over things. Okay, same thing. As-salah, Marlene, what is the case of as-salah?
Looks like nasb, mansub.
Yes, because it is.
I don't know. I guess I'm really just looking at the.
So we've only, if I'm going to ask you this question in level 1A, there's only one answer to this question. There's only one situation when I'm going to ask you
Because it's a direct object, but I can't really see what.
Okay, so that's fine, right? So they
Yeah.
were not commanded, umiru, other than to worship Allah sincerely to him, the deen, mukhlisina lahu deen. Hunafa. Hunafa is like, it's the plural of Hanif. A Hanif is like a pure monotheist. Okay, so in pure monotheism, وَيُقِيمُ, and to establish, to perform, to establish as-salah. You see, Marlene? So as-salah is the direct object of yuqimu.
Okay, I see. I see.
And not
The-
only that, not only yuqimu salah, but also yu'tu zakata. So Marlene, as you can see, zakah also has a fatha, it's mansub, because also that they give charity. Did somebody, I told you the question?
Yeah, Mukhlisina is it. That's the Muslim chart. So Ina Una. So why there was it? Is it? I'm guessing it's Nasab, but why Nasab? Why not Mansub Mukhlisun?
You said it's nasab, it is nasab.
Why is it Nasab as opposed to
Marfu.
yeah,
Marfu.
Marfu?
Right. So this is mukhlisina, just like muslimina. It is mansub. I'm putting this in the parking lot because it's definitely beyond our level.
Okay.
Remember that the most vastest category of hals of isms, like if you take all the isms and divide them into raf, nasb, and jar, the hugest category are actually the nawasib. They're all mansub words, but we'll look at that later. Okay, and this is one of them. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll come back to why that is mansub. I'm not going to overcomplicate things for you right now. Okay, so they establish prayer, they give zakah. وَذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةِ, right? So, Sabah, tell me about ذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةِ.
Yeah, so excuse me.
Mhm.
So ba is sorry, is a harf, so we are ignoring it.
What kind of a harf?
I'm not sure what it's called. It's like for end.
Yes, so in English it's called a conjunction. In Arabic it's an atf.
Atf. Okay, wow, atfa. Zalika is a ismul ishara.
Mhm.
So it is a noun, definite noun.
It is.
So Zalika dinu deen is so
But
Zalika.
hang on. Yeah, okay. What else can you tell me about ذلك? ذلك دين القيمة.
So it looks like mubtada and khabar.
Yes, very good. Okay.
So
Because this is a full sentence.
mhm,
وذلك, that's your mubtada. And then this is going to be your khabar.
khabar.
That is. But now my next question, and I'll ask who's after Sabah? Sabah, Vendula wants to be skipped. Okay, then we are back with Athar. What is this relationship over here with Dinul Qayyimah? What's that relationship between Deen and Al-Qayyimah? Are you with me, Athar?
Oh, sorry, I thought I was mute. Is it another Mubtada khabar? I mean, Izafa.
Yes,
I mean,
it's an idafa, right? So as you can see, you've got two nouns. This one does not have a tanween. And the second word is in jar case, Dinul Qayyimah. So that is the Dinul Qayyimah. Like it's yeah, you can't translate it as a possessive. It's not the deen of uprightness. It's more like the upright deen, right? Let me see what they say here. ذلك دين القيمة. Is it showing? Why is it not showing up? Yeah, so they call it, you see the way in English we translate it as like a sifa mawsuf, even though in reality it's not. That is the right religion. Qayyim is like to be upright. That's why they're saying it's the right religion. Okay, who's after Atar? It's farah. Inna alladhina kafaru. Farah, what kind of word is kafaru? Are you with me, Farah?
Yes,
Yes. What
there
kind?
is
Mhm.
the verb, you know.
It is good. Now, when you tell me it's a verb, is it present or past? And also, what is the damir? Yes, and what damir goes with it? That means what pronoun is it related to?
Like they were, you know.
Yes, very
Kafar.
good. Inna alladhina, indeed, those who kafarud, who disbelieved. Hasnain, tell me what is min? And this is a repeat of what we did last week. What is min ahlil kitabi?
Min is from.
Mhm.
Ahl Kitab is that also an idafa?
Yes, that's good. So it's saying that indeed those who disbelieve from amongst the people of the book and the polytheists, this is a repeat from last week. So who's after Hasnain? Huda, can you remind me again what is the case of mushrikina?
It is, I want to say jar
It is because,
because it's the ya is there.
sorry, because
The ya is present in the mushrikina.
the ya is not why it's jar. The ya is the sign of it being in jar.
It's the
What is
sign.
what's
It's
the why?
because it's following min ahl al-kitabi.
Yes, good. So because this is majroor, because it's impacted by the min, then you have a conjunction. So this is it's copying. Okay, good. So those who disbelieve of the Ahlul Kitab and the polytheists, Marlene, what is fi?
Fee is in
In. And what is nar?
fire, the fire.
Fire. And it's also an ism majroor. As you can see, it's in the case of jar because it's being impacted by fi. This is a bit of a trick question, Marlene, but I want you to try it. What is this relationship here? Nari Jahannam. This is a trick question. I did not expect you to know this, but you can give it a go.
Nari Jahannam.
Just translate it in English because I'm quite sure you know what it is in English.
Oh, well, the hellfire. So,
The fire of hell.
right.
So what kind of relationship is that?
Oh, so that is an idafa.
It is. So now I'm waiting for somebody to protest and say, but it can't be an idafa because who's going to tell me what looks peculiar here?
Jahannama.
Yes. Yeah. So what exactly, be specific? What is it that looks odd?
It should be Jahannami if it
Okay.
was an
Yes,
idafa.
okay. So this is an idafa, Nari Jahannam. This most certainly is in jar case. The reason why it does not take a kasra is because it is a foreign name. Just like I've spoken about all of the prophets' names that appear in the Quran, except for Muhammad, Salih, Shu'aib, Hud, Lut, Nuh. All of the other prophets' names will never, ever take a kasra. In jar case, they will take a fatha. So Jahannam is one of those, one of the category, belongs to one of the categories that do not fully decline. They are partially declinable nouns. So in short, Nari Jahannam is an idafa. Okay. Khalidina fiha. Khalidina is perpetually abiding. Perpetually abiding. And then Sabah, tell me, what does fiha mean?
In them, on her.
Say
In her.
Yes, in
In
her,
in it.
And what do you think this her refers to?
Ha refers to the Nari Jahannam.
It does exactly. Good. Yeah. Jahannam is a feminine word. So perpetually abiding in it. And then am I skipping her? Okay. So atar ulaika hum sharul bariya. Ulaika.
Like ism ishara. All.
What does ulaika mean?
Ulaika is those.
Yes. Now, you've told me it's an ism ishara, but from a grammatical perspective, what is ulaika? What I mean is read this whole section. Ulaika hum sharul bariya.
Those of whom.
So why are you saying of? Let me put it this way. When I ask you to, anyone, when I ask you to look at a sentence, you've got to first decide, is this a fragment? Is this like a sifa mawsuf? Is this an idafa construction? Or is it an actual sentence? And if it's an actual sentence, then is there a mubtada and a khabar? I'm not going to talk about what pertains to a verbal sentence because we have not studied that yet. So when you look at this whole section, ulaika hum sharul bariya, what do you think is going on there?
Ulaika hum sharul bariya. So sharul bariya can be an idaf.
That is an idafa. So sharul bariya is an idafa.
Yeah, I don't know the relationship between ulaika and whom.
Okay. What would it help? Can I just erase this for a moment? Just imagine that this is not here. So I want you to just read ulaika sharul bariya. What do you think is happening there? Farah,
Yes.
what do you think is ulaika sharul bariya?
Means those are, I don't know the meaning, was share of Bariya.
Okay, so what kind of a construction have you just translated right now?
Means it can be like they all are
Mhm.
home, means if they, that's a home mean all, they all are Sharul Bariya, Shar of Bariya.
Right, so what have you just explained now? I want you to tell me grammatically.
So Ulaika is the, pointing them that they are whom they all. Whom is the all? Sharul Bariya. I mean explanation what they are, They are Shar of Bariya. So
Mubtada khabar.
Thank you. That's what I'm looking for, people. You see, when I'm hearing people say, "Oh, it's an ism ishara," those are individual building blocks, Like if I just take a wa, I'm looking at this wa. This is an atf, it's a conjunction. If I just take hada, this is an ism ishara. Those are just like individual building blocks. I'm asking, what is going on here? Like, is this a jumlatul ismiya or is it a fragment? Do you see the difference? What I'm looking for? So when she said is or are, the second you are saying something to me and you are adding an is and are between is or are between two things, you are stating a nominal sentence. Okay? The boy is Muslim. The girl is industrious. So you are you are basically saying a nominal sentence. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. So ulaika, those, right, are whom is extra, by the way. That's how I'm not translating it. Your khabar is actually the shar. Sharul bariya, they are the most evil of bariya, of creation. Bariya is like khalq, al-makhluqat. Those ones, they are the most evil of bariya, of creation. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Inna alladhina amanu. So Hasnain, what kind of word is amanu and amilu?
Hmm. I'm forgetting. I know we went over it in the last sentence.
Let me give you a clue. It's like this.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if it's a verb or a noun?
It's a verb,
It's a verb, present or past?
past tense
It is, because
of
past tenses
the
typically have suffixes.
right.
Okay, and it relates to what dhamir, pronoun?
Home.
It does. That's what I wanted to know. So then amanu is they believed. Okay. Amilu is they do, or to work or to do. So indeed, the ones who believe and who work or do, right? Huda, what is as-salihati?
I got a hard one. Let's see. In the living Salihat are righteous. I know that's what that means.
Okay, I want you to tell me
I
what.
know you're asking me grammatically what it is.
Well, let's first look at it. Let's first look at it from a morphological perspective. Morphologically, what gender is it?
It's feminine plural.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So it looks like Muslimati. So as you can see, it's salihati. So what case is it in?
It is nas or jar.
Good. And now in this situation, which one is it and why?
I want to say it's nas because who believed or who did. So it's the direct object.
Exactly. Good. Well done. So here we have indeed those who believe and who work righteous deeds. This is what salihat means.
I have a question there. Why is it feminine? Why is it not masculine if it is referring to those who believed? I thought
It's
if
not
it's
referring to the
people,
ones who believe, it's talking about deeds. Talking
the
about
deeds are feminine.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Amilu salihat. So amilu is a verb relating to them. All those men are doing. The salihat is the thing that they are doing. They're doing these deeds. You see? It's like a'mal as-salihah. They're doing good deeds. As-salihati. And then this is going to be a repeat of this. Ulaika hum khayrul bariyah. So Marlene, this is going to be the same thing. Ulaika is your mubtada. Those are the ones who they are, this is an idafa, the best of bariyah, the best of creation. So I'll ask you Marlene the next one because this is just a repeat. I hope that's clear, everyone. Then we can
Can
switch.
I ask you a question?
Pardon? Yes.
Amal Salihat, why can't it be an idafa?
Why can it not be an idafa? Well, first, I want somebody to tell me why is this absolutely impossible to not be an idafa? Who can answer this question?
It's with a verb.
Thank you. An idafa is a relationship between two nouns. This is a verb and a direct object. You got it, Atar?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Bismillah. Then we have here, okay. جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنة عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا. So, Marlene, okay, tell me about this word جزاؤهم. Anything that you can about this word.
Okay, so we have the suffix hum, so it's in inherently izafa construction. There,
Okay, good. This is an idafa construction. It is marfu'. Why do you think it's marfu'?
okay, so that's the subject.
Yes, rather say, let's say, okay, yeah, subject as in a, you mean as in a subject and predicate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get a bit like, I'm a bit reticent to use the word subject because then when we move on to verbs and people are going to say, well, what's the subject of the verb? You know, then that's when it gets kind of ambiguous because, you know, okay, so mubtada, right? So you're right. This is your mubtada.
Okay.
This is going to be a tricky one. Can you identify what could possibly be the khabar? What must be the case of the khabar? Remember, what is the case of the khabar?
It would
Jannat.
Pardon? Wait, no, let me ask Marlene, what is the case of a khabar?
mansub.
No.
No?
No? Who knows what is the case of a khabar?
Have to be jar.
Marfu. Marfu.
Marfu', guys. Marfu',
it has to be
marfu', marfu'. Mubtadas and khabars are both marfu'. So Marlene, you've
Okay.
told me now that jaza'uhum is a mubtada, it's marfu'. What do you think could be the khabar here?
Jannat.
Well done. Very good. So this over here, we're just going to skip over that. And this is going to be your khabar. So now we're going to rewind a bit now. Sabah, do you know what عند ربهم is or means or is rather?
Darabihim.
Mhm.
Oh,
Do you know what is عند?
yes, upon. On.
عند can actually have multiple meanings. It can be with, at. Now, okay, so now in
With
terms,
their rub, with their rub.
yes, now, but now in terms of grammatically, right? What kind of word is عند? Do you remember?
I know I didn't put too much time in studying that. It's
Does anybody know what kind of word is عند? I don't think we've explicitly done it.
Is it harf of jar?
It's not a harf of jar. So that's a good guess because you are looking at, aha, it's impacting this rab and this is in jar case, which is true, but this is not a harf of jar. This is, do you remember we spoke about a dharf, which is an adverb of time or place? Dharf, right? And you can have a dharfu zaman, which is an adverb of time, or you can have
makan.
can, which is an adverb of place. This here would be place. So it's like we can say is with their Lord. So as Sabah said correctly, this is their Lord. So Sabah, what relationship is Rabbihim?
Mudaf ilayh.
It is a mudaf ilayh. So it says, if you could say, جزاؤهم جنات عدن عند ربهم. So let me just hang on. Sorry, I think I'm jumping the gun here. Athar, what relationship is Jannatu Adnin?
إضافة.
It is exactly. So Gardens of Eden. So their jaza, their reward is Gardens of Eden with their Lord. Do you see that? Okay, good. What else can I ask you about?
Why was not there's an al for Adan for
Pardon? What is it? Mhm.
I have two different questions. One is for Jannato Adnin. Why is not al Adan?
Oh, I see. Okay. So the mudaf ilay does not have to have an al. So the word Aden doesn't have an al. It's Eden. Aden, that's the word it is. So mudaf ilayh doesn't have to have an al. It must always be in jar case, but it could possibly be nakira or ma'rifa. Okay, next question.
Jaza'uhum, we said it was Mubtada and the khabar was Jannat.
Mm-hmm.
So Jaza'u is one word and hum is the connected. So you can have two damir. You can have two for in the Mubtada, one damir and one.
This is an attached pronoun. An attached pronoun can attach to anything. So jaza is your mubtada. The hum is an attached pronoun. And who can tell me what is the case of the hum? Who can tell me what is the case of the hum? Attached pronouns to nouns are in the case of?
Jar.
Very good. It's in the case of jar because they are?
It's a mudaf ilayhi.
It's a mudaf ilayh. Do you get that, Athar?
Yes. So
Yeah.
you can have a Mubtada with Mudaf alayh.
Yes, absolutely. A mudaf ilayh can attach to anything. You can have an idafa construction that is part of your mubtada. It could be part of a khabar. It could be part of anything, really.
Okay.
Okay. So there
Sorry,
you
I have a quick
Yeah.
question. Is it beyond us right now to understand why the inda rabbihim is in the middle of this mubtada khabar?
جزاؤهم عند ربهم جزاؤهم جنات عدن عند ربهم تجري. You know, this is a balagha nuance. My guess would be because it's emphasizing that the reward is with their Lord. So Rab comes first. That's my what I would guess. Because of the importance of Rab, this is becoming first. Does it make sense? So their reward is with their Lord. Gardens of Eden. Tajri is, I'm going to tell you what it is because it's a present tense verb like tadrusu, but why it looks peculiar is because the last letter is a weak letter. That's why I'm telling you. So running like a river's running. Who was the last person to go? Let me ask, I think it's Farah needs to go. What is min tahtiha? Min, tell me about this. Min tahtiha.
Harf of jar.
Hmm?
من تحتها الأنهار. حرف اسم jar case تحتها من تحتها الأنهار.
What does tahtiha mean?
Under.
Mm-hmm. And what is ha?
In it, under it,
Very good. Okay, so this is what's going on here. Min is a harf of jar. Taht is a dharf of makan, right?
Okay.
Because it's denoting a place, so underneath. The ha is an attached pronoun under it. Well, not under it yet, it's more under them, And why is this feminine? Is because it's talking about, who knows what is this ha referring to? Who can guess? What is this ha referring to?
Jannah.
Jannah.
Very good. It's going back to Jannat. So it's going back to Jannat. So remember that we treat non-human plurals as a singular feminine. That's why in English, I'm saying under them. Okay, so what's going on here? Their reward are gardens of Eden with their Lord. Under it, meaning under these Jannat, right? From under these gardens, what happens? Tajri al-anhar. So we have not done verbal sentences yet, but what is running? The anhar is running. The rivers. So do you see what's going on here? That's why, I don't know if you've watched Avatar with the blue people, but when I watched Avatar, it was so striking to me because the imagery was so, it was like how Allah describes Jannah in the Quran. Listen, because what's going on here? Like in Avatar, right? There's water underneath, then they have floating islands, like little gardens floating, like suspended. And this is exactly what it sounds like. So you have these gardens of Eden. Underneath them, there are rivers that are flowing. What does that mean? I guess, inshallah, we'll find out. Khalidina fiha abada, perpetually abiding in it, meaning in them rather, in them. Let's make this them, because again, we're talking about gardens. Abadan, perpetually abiding. Okay. By the way, abadan is also one of these dharf. This year is, of course, a dharf of zaman, forever, abiding forever. Radiyallahu anhum. So God is pleased or satisfied. Anhum. Who needs to go next? Hasnain. What is an and what is whom?
Anhum. An is a harf. The harf of jar.
Yes, and whom?
Hum is a noun.
What does it mean?
Them.
Yes, okay, good. So in English, this sounds kind of weird, but in Arabic, what you have to know that there are certain verbs that are used with certain huruf of jar. I've said this to you guys before. For example, in Arabic, you'll say, Barakallahu feekum. In English, we don't say, may Allah bless in you. We just say, may Allah bless you. But in Arabic, you always use fi with baraka. Here, when you have radiya, it's used with an. So we'll say, God is pleased or satisfied with them. We don't say upon them or about them. You know, we wouldn't translate. We'll say God is pleased or satisfied with them in English. So just that's what I'm doing in English, just translating according to the language. وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. Radu. Huda, what kind of word is radu?
It's a past tense verb.
Good, just like darasu, kafaru. It looks kind of funny because it also ends in a weak letter. And so God is pleased with them and they are pleased with him. ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ خَشِيَ رَبَّهُ. So that is for, this is the li, for the one who, after Huda Malin, what kind of, what is the case of Rabbah?
Okay, so is this one of those cases where we have it has to be who at the end, but it would really be direct object?
So you trim this down because that is your additional attached pronoun. We're not looking at that. So you are right that Rab is your direct object, and that's why it's
Oh, right. Right. Okay. I wasn't even looking at the right.
okay. So that is for the one who fears.
His Lord.
Ah, okay. So now you just said his Lord. So what construction is this?
Is Alpha.
Exactly. So what is the case of the attached pronoun who? Remember, attached pronouns to nouns are going to be in what case? You just translated for me correctly. You said his Lord. What construction is his Lord?
Well, it has to be Alpha, but I don't know why that would determine the case.
Could you repeat that? Every attached pronoun to a noun is going to be an idafa construction. Rabbahu is the Lord of him, i.e. his Lord. That's a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh. So Rabb is your mudaf and who is your mudaf ilayh, meaning that it is in jar case. Does that make sense?
Okay, so always in jar case.
Attached pronouns to nouns are always going to be in jar case because it's an idafa construction and that is your mudaf ilayh. Got it?
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you, Marlene. Athar. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. Okay, so this is a very interesting surah. This is, of course, must be a Makki surah because the Meccan surahs are the ones that relate to eschatology. And this is about the last day of when there's going to be a terrible earthquake. Now, this is a verb. So it's originally zulzilat. Zulzilat, right? Of course, it's taking a kasra because of joining. This is a kind of verb that it's what we call a rubai verb. So the verbs that we have done are triliteral. This is a quadriliteral verb. We've done like kataba, darasa, sami'a. This is zalzala, yuzalzilu. So what's interesting about these quadriliteral verbs is that they can often have the meaning of repeated action, okay? Or they could even have an onomatopoeic meaning. Onomatopoeia is like the buzzing of the bee. So for example, in Arabic, waswasa is to whisper, and it sounds like whispering, or qahqaha is to chuckle. So zalzala, like zalla, just zalla means to slip, but this is zalzala, it's like repeatedly slipping, okay? So إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا. So when the earth shakes, it's shaking, okay? So this ha is going back to ard. وَأَخْرَجَتْ. So remember that this also was originally a sukun, but now it's taking a kasra because of joining. So I'm going to ask, is it athar? What kind of verb is akhrajat, meaning it relates to what pronoun? This is a verb form we have not done yet, but I'm focusing on the ta sukun at the end. It relates to what pronoun? Akhrajat.
Female,
Yes, and what number?
singular.
Exactly. So it's just like darasat. So akhrajat, and why is it female? Because who can tell me why this is female?
Earth.
Exactly, because ard is a word that's feminine because the Arab said so. So akhraja is like to extract or take out. So when the earth extracts, so now I just told you the answer now. Farah, what kind of word is athqalaha?
Verb.
It's not a verb.
Asqalaha.
Remember that you first trim down, take away the attached pronoun. Just look at
Asqal.
what case,
Ism.
yes, in what case?
He
What case?
or she, yeah, her.
No, what case? I'm not asking what gender. What case?
Nasab here.
It's nasb, exactly. And why would it be nasb? What kind of word is nasb? Everyone? Because it is
To explain something, you know.
because it is the anyone?
Direct object.
Direct object. Thank you. Okay. So we know that this is a direct object of akhrajat. We'll come to the meaning now. But Farah, what is the relationship between athqala and ha? What is this? Athqala ha. What is this relationship?
Skala. What is the meaning of a skala? Sorry.
You don't need to know the meaning. I'm asking what is the relationship?
Mudaf mudaf alayh.
Exactly. That's all I wanted to know because athqal is an ism. So when you have an attached pronoun to an ism, that's definitely going to be an idafa construction. So let's look at the meaning now. And it extracts its athqal. And athqal is the plural of thiqal. And thiqal, it's like from the word thaqil. Thaqil means to be heavy. So athqal are its burdens. And the Mufassirun have mentioned different possibilities of what these athqal are. Some say that these athqal are like the ma'adin, like the precious stones and minerals that you find in the earth. And it's almost like the earth is like bringing it up. The other opinion is that they are all of like the deeds that people have done, like the bad deeds, or how they've like injured the earth, and that's coming up. And another opinion is that these are all of the corpses that the earth is like vomiting up. So similarly, I'm sorry, I see a lot of metaphor in science fiction movies. So similarly, I think it was in it was either Lord of the Rings. I think it was Lord of the Rings, actually, where you know how the trees at the end, the trees come and the trees respond and they basically protect. They protect and they have a voice. So for me, when I read Al-Zalzala, it's so much like that. It's like the earth is actually going to claim her right. So when the earth shakes, it's great shaking, and the earth brings out its burdens. وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. So qala, is it Hasnain? What kind of word is qala?
Qala is a verb.
Yes, meaning?
Say or speak.
Say again? I couldn't hear you.
Speak. Or say.
Oh, you said say. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sorry. It kept cutting out. So it is, so it's past tense. So it's said. Okay.
Said.
Now we have not done verbal sentences yet, but every fi'al needs to have a fa'il, a doer. And the doer here is obviously insan. And so the human being says, he will say, ma laha. This literally means, what's up with it? Like, what's up with it? Why is this feminine? Anyone? What's up with what? What are we talking about?
Is it the earth?
Earth.
The earth, exactly. And the humankind will ask, what's up with it? What's going on? Ma laha. As you know, this la is a harf of jar. It's originally li. Every time you attach an attached pronoun to a li, it takes a fatha. Laha, lahu, lahum, laki. Okay. وقال
I have a quick question.
Ah.
This is all going to happen in the future.
Yes, like I know this
Right.
is what your question is.
Qala is
Yes, this is a very good question. I wanted to ask my teacher this, but what I have heard is because it's as if it's already happened. Remember that for Allah, there is no concept of time. Allah is completely outside the concept of time. So it's as if it has already happened. It is what it's like time is not even a factor here. For us, it is. But it could also be because of the certainty of it happening. Okay. وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. And mankind will ask. So yeah, he will ask, but he asked. You're right. It's past tense. What's up with it? يَوْمَئِذٍ. يَوْمَئِذٍ is one of those words that I mentioned, which is a pronoun. Okay. This is the dharfu zaman pronoun of, not a pronoun. It's an adverb. We call it an adverb of time or place. يَوْمَئِذٍ. That day. That day. Now, we have not done this kind of verb yet, but you could give it a go, Huda. What is this pertaining to? Tuhaddithu. Look what it begins with, a ta.
it's present tense.
Yes, with what gender?
It's you, right? So masculine.
It could be you
Or it could be them. Them too, I forget.
Okay, so when we're looking at, for example, tadrusu. Tadrusu would either be for you male or
Anta, male.
no, I said anta, you male, or it could be
Or she.
she, thank
Or
you.
she.
Exactly. So this is a kind of a verb form we have not done yet. So don't worry about, oh, why is it got a dhamma? Just notice that it starts with a ta. So on that day, to hadithu. So why is it a she? Because it's referring again to the
Earth.
to the earth. So you on that day, she will speak of tuhadithu. So now, Marlene, you keep getting the same thing, Marlene.
Oh,
Okay, so what kind of word is this, Marlene? Remember, what is the first thing you do? You first trim this down. Okay, separate the attach. What kind of word is akhbara? What kind of case is it in?
okay. So that's oh, that would be an ism, yeah.
Just yes, but just tell me what case is it in? That's
Oh, so it's nasb,
okay, good. Now, why would it be nas? Because it is the
direct object of
yes of
actor.
tuhadithu. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my first question. My second question is, what is this relationship between akhbara ha, which is what you had, what was your previous question when you were dealing with, yeah.
The alpha construction.
This is an idafa construction. Very good. So this ha is in what case?
Sure.
It's in jar case because this is your mudaf ilay. Okay, so let's look at meaning. So on that day when she will speak of her or its, her, whatever you want to call it, personified, news, akhbaruha. Okay, so the earth will now have her say. It will complain or say whatever it needs to say. Akhbar is the plural of khabar. And ha is feminine because, of course, we are talking about the earth here. بِأَنَّ رَبَّكَ أَوْحَى لَهَا. So, okay, Sebastian, welcome. Can you tell me what is this relationship between رَبَّكَ? I can't hear you. I don't know if you know that you are not audible right now. Sebastian, are you there? You want me to ask somebody else? Because I can see that you are unmuted, but I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. Okay, we'll come back to you then. Until that gets sorted out. Athar, what kind of what tell me about Rabbaka?
It's an idafa.
Yes, it is an idafa. What does it mean?
Your Rab,
Yes, it is good. And what is the case of the kaf?
jar.
It is very good. Okay. بِأَنَّ رَبَّكَ, your Lord. Now, this is very interesting. Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses second person, like Rabbaka, okay, I can hear you now, Sebastian. Okay. Okay, so whenever Allah addresses second person, like Rabbaka, he's addressing the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So your Lord, awha laha. So awha is interesting. Awha is a verb. It's on a pattern that we haven't done yet. And from this word, you have the word wahi. Maybe you've heard of the word wahi, which means divine revelation. Okay. So awha is like, it's like to give someone their cue, like now's your time. I.e., like the Lord, your Lord is now telling the earth, now's your time, do your thing. Oh, halaha. He is now inspiring, revealing to the earth. Go ahead. So your Lord, oh, halaha, reveals, inspires. I don't know what is the word they're going to use here, but that's what I heard when I heard some definition of that. Come on. Why is this not cooperating? Oh, there we go. Because, yeah, had inspired. But that's what Awha is. Yawma idin, on that day, yasduru nasu ashtata. So that, of course, is talking about the horrific nature of the day of judgment. And yawma idin yasduru nasu ashtata liyura a'malahum. So here you have the word sadara. Sadara, and you have the opposite of sadara is warada. Warada is ityan, like coming, and sadara is al-insiraf, to go. So on that day, people, an-nasu yasturu, they're going to be going ashtatan, okay? Like dispersed. They're going to be like lost and dispersed, all haphazard and chaotic. Ashtatan liyuraw, and so they will see, no, yura, they will be shown a'malahum. So Farah, tell me about a'malahum. Are you with me, Farah? Farah, are you with me? Or should I ask Sebastian? Are you back, Sebastian?
Yes, sir.
Wait, Sebastian, are you here?
Yeah, sorry, I was,
Just 1 second.
sorry, I was got a call.
Just 1 second. Sebastian, is your sound working?
Yes.
Okay, so because Sebastian hasn't spoken and he came late, let him do this one. What is a'malahum? What is the case of a'malahum?
It looks like an attached pronoun to a verb.
What makes you think that this is a verb?
Because it follows the pattern of the feta amala.
Oh, I see. So this is actually a noun, okay?
Okay.
It's the plural of amal. Amal,
Um,
to do like a deed, your work.
oh, work, right.
Right. So now you know that this is a noun and a noun. What is this
Yes.
relationship? A'malahum.
Amalahum. Shown their deeds. Is it idafa?
It is an idafa. And what is the case of a'mal?
Amal is going to be nasb.
Yes, that is right, because it is the
Well, I guessed that because of the feta on the end, but it's the idafa leading to the idafile. Is that right?
no. The fatha over here has got nothing to do with idafa. Nothing to do with idafa. Remember,
Okay.
mudaf can be mansub, majroor, or whatever you want, depending on the placement of the sentence.
Right.
But over here, this is going to be mansub because it's direct object of yuro.
Okay.
People are going to be going out, it's all scattered, okay? And they will be shown their deeds. What are they going to be shown? They're going to be shown their deeds, okay?
Oh, I see.
So-
I see.
Okay.
And then the whom is just attached to the.
Yeah, so the whom here is going to be in this case of jar, because it is the mudaf ilayh, because attached pronouns to nouns are going to be mudaf ilayh.
I see.
But your mudaf is able to be in any case, depending on the placement in the sentence. You got it?
Yes.
Just like earlier, you were not here, but we had jaza'uhum. That was your mubtada. In that situation, the jaza was a mubtada, marfu'a, but the idafa was at the beginning of the sentence. It was by the subject. Okay. Okay, so I would have liked to have finished the surah, but I feel people might need to leave now. But then we will. I'm just going to mute you, Sebastian. Just hang on. So I guess we'll then reconvene then next week, inshallah. If that's okay. Are there any questions before we say ma'a salama? Anyone?
I have a question about translations because because this is seen to be in the future, yet the verbs are indicating past tense. Is the translation follow the explicit tense in the text, or
No, I think sorry to cut you. I think that most translations will be translating as what is meant to be conveyed. Is that going to be a literal translation?
so they would end up doing future
Yes,
like this? Okay.
would say that. I mean, you see, it's like in the future tense. Well, yasturu is a future tense. Okay. وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ. What do they say? And man says, you see that because it hasn't happened yet. So I guess it's tricky balance. Okay, so I really want to finish the surah. Can I finish it or should we end here?
Finish it.
Can I finish this, guys? Because I'm going to be quite quick anyway.
Yes.
Because I haven't done. Okay,
That would
thank you.
be nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
فَمَنْ
go.
يَعْمَلْ. Man is whoever. It's a noun. Okay, it's an ism. فَمَنْ, whoever. So now I'm going to ask, I don't know who was the next person to go now. It was Farah, I suppose. Farah, do not worry about the sukoon. Just imagine it's ya'malu. Ya'malu. Tell me what
Okay.
kind of word this is and what is the pronoun that goes with ya'malu.
It's an ism noun.
You think this is an ism? Ya'malu. Ya'malu.
You are. He is.
He is.
It's an, yeah.
You saying this is an ism? Or is it a
No.
verb?
Amal is a verb. Amal is a
This is
verb.
a verb. Okay, so this would correspond with yadrusu. Okay, so
Yeah.
as you know, the word ya'malu means to do or to work. So whoever works or does. Now, Hasnain, what is the case of mithqala? Hasnain, you with me?
Yes, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, when I say the case, you just have to look at that.
Oh, it's nasab, sorry.
It is because it is the
Because it's the object.
yes. So whoever, okay, wait, before I go over that, Huda, what is this relationship here? Mithqala dharratin.
Is an idafa.
Very good. Okay. So whoever does a mithqala of a dharra. So a dharra, they're different. The Mufassirin have described different things of what a dharra could be. A dharra is like, you know, when you're looking at light streaming in and you see little specks of dust in the light, that's a dharra. It could be an atom. It could be something like a mustard seed. It's something that is extremely tiny, right? So whoever does the weight of a mustard seed or of like an atom, just know that it's something that's very tiny. It's not specifically an atom, but they've different opinions. Of that is in good, khayran, okay, in good, yarahu, he will see it. So this here, I'm going to tell you what's going on here because we haven't done this yet. This is a present tense verb and it looks very weird because it's one of those verbs that ends in a weak letter, and you'll do this in level 4, but just know it's a present tense verb for huwa. The who, as you know, is an attached pronoun and it relates to it. And it goes back to this mithqala dharra. My question is, who remembers it when you have an attached pronoun to a verb? In what case is it, people?
Jar.
Pardon?
Jar.
I can't hear you, but I think you said jar. It's not jar because if an attached pronoun is to a noun, that is jar case. An attached pronoun to a verb is?
Nasb.
It's a nasb case. Good. For example, I saw him. Okay, who did you see? I saw him. It's a direct object, right? So this is what it's saying. Whoever does the weight of an atom in good, he will see it. Yarahu. He will see it. And whoever does an atom's weight of shar in evil, he will see it. That's it. We're done. You see, that was quick because the two sentences are identical except for one word. Okay, good. Alhamdulillah, I'm so glad we finished. Anybody else have a question before we close up? Okay, khair. I was hoping we could finish all of the surahs in our next 2 lessons. I don't know that'll be possible, but hopefully with my class, we can continue going over these at the end of our classes until we finish all of the surahs, inshallah. Okay. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Wish you a beautiful week and we'll see you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.